Today I'm going to talk about what to do if you are not happy with your brand. So this is actually quite common because businesses change and brands change, and as a result it means that sometimes you fall out of love with your brand a bit, which is okay. There's some things you can do about that, so I'll talk about that now. So being happy with your brand is actually really important. I bang on quite often about your ideal client being really happy with your business and how that looks, but actually that is really important, and I do want you to think about that as well. But if you're not happy with your brand, then there are additional setbacks, because if you're not happy with how your business looks, then you are less likely to go out and tell people about it. You're less likely to want to share those graphics. You're less likely to want to direct people to your website. You're less likely to give people your business card. You are just less likely to want to tell anyone anything about your business, which is really not helpful when that's the kind of thing that you really need to be doing in order to keep your business going. So being happy with your brand does matter. It also matters that your ideal client is happy with your brand. Probably does matter ever so slightly more because they are the people who are going to keep your business going, but you mustn't discount the fact that you need to be happy with it yourself, because you are the one who's going to be using it and sending stuff out there and showing it off and talking about it. And it's really hard to talk about your business and share your business graphics and all of the stuff that you have to do with your business if you don't love it. So it does really matter. So if you're not happy with your brand, there are reasons why this can happen. There's quite a few reasons why this can happen. So firstly, you might have DIY'd your brand. You might have done this, I don't know how old your business is. It might have been a couple of weeks ago and you've realised that actually that is not quite working for you. It might have been a long time ago and you've just totally outgrown that DIY brand now. It might be that you are now serving different markets, that you have completely different audience. It might be that you have different services, different products. Your business might have pivoted completely and it might be completely unrecognisable from how it was when you started. It might be that you want to target some particular thing over here and your brand image is not going to help you get there, and you just need to up level it a little bit in order to break through into where you want to be. So there are loads of reasons why you can fall out of love with your brand and why you might feel that you need to get that sorted. There will be other reasons as well that I haven't mentioned, and that's okay. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get a hold of all of your stuff. So lay out all of the bits and pieces that you have. So look at your website, get a hold of social media graphics, they're the ones everyone will have. Then make sure you get your business card, your leaflets, your brochures, your magazines, your letterheads, your banner stands, if you've got branded bunting, your uniforms, your vehicles, whatever it is, anything that you've got that is branded, then you need to get a hold of that and lay it all out and have a good look at it and decide what is it about it that is making you unhappy. What do you like? What do you not like? And it might be that actually when you get it all out together and you realise that actually it's pretty good, that you do feel happy with it. And I think quite often that is the case because as your business grows and your brand grows too, because it's a working thing, it doesn't stay still, you do add things to it quite just automatically without even really thinking about it. You might have started at some point to add in a certain font or a certain colour or a certain image that you just don't really like, but you started using it because it felt like a good idea at the time. And that's really common. So maybe you just need to go, right, I really liked it until we started doing this, so we're going to stop doing that and then I like it again. That's a really easy fix. It might be that you look at it and you think, oh, right, I think we've outgrown this, we've grown up a bit as a business and this doesn't look like us, it doesn't represent us anymore, so actually we need a much bigger change. Or it might be that you look at it and you think, actually, you know what, our brand is actually really good, it's just that we're using it really badly. And that's quite common as well, because often you'll get given a logo and that might be it, and then you're like, now what? I'm kind of stuck. Or sometimes you get given a logo and you get given various other bits and pieces and you're not quite sure how to use them, where to use them, what to use them for. You just sort of have this mishmash of stuff and you don't know what to do with it. So in that case, you need to set yourself some guides. So my last video was actually about creating a brand guide, so go watch that one and it'll help you, because creating a brand guide is that thing that's going to help you have something to pin everything on. So you're going to be able to refer to it every time you create something and it's going to look really great. It's going to be consistent all the time and your brand is always going to look awesome. So get yourself a brand guide, make yourself some rules that you are going to try and keep to keep your brand looking fabulous, and then you won't step out of that and end up with something that just isn't all that good. It might be that you look at it and you go, it's rubbish, I hate it. doesn't make you feel happy at all, in that case you're going to need a bit more help, a bit more work, a bit more time to put into it to make it something that you are really happy with. So when you've had a good look at your brand and all of the stuff that you've got, and you've thought about how it makes you feel, have a little think about your ideal client and how it makes them feel, because they're really important too. They're the people, like I said, who are going to keep your business going. So it is really important that they really like how your brand looks as well. So if you're not sure what they think of your business image, or if you just feel that maybe you want to be a little bit more certain, you can go and ask some people, go and ask a few of your ideal clients. Don't ask everybody, just ask the very, very best people. That'll take less time, and it'll mean you've asked the people who you really, really want to have working with you in your business. So go and ask them what they think, go and ask them how your brand image makes them feel, go and ask them if they would be embarrassed to send somebody your way because you don't look professional enough, or if it would make them feel really, really proud. How would it make them feel if they directed somebody to your business? Would they feel worried about it, or in any way, or would they just be like, yeah, no problem, it's great and everything looks so fantastic? So just go and do that, because that will help you as well to work out, you know, if what you're thinking is accurate, or if it's not, you're not quite sure, or you know, maybe you're going to come away quite surprised at just how great your brand actually is for your ideal client. That doesn't mean you couldn't change it, because like I said, you do need to feel really proud of it. It might just be a couple of little tweaks and you're on your way to loving it again. So once you've done that, I want you to go and have a think about some really important questions. And these are the questions that you need to ask when you are starting your business, when you are reviewing your business, at any point during creating your business, but specifically when you're thinking about creating your brand image. So think about things like your brand values, your brand personality, who your ideal client is, what it is that they're attracted to. So if your ideal client is, you know, where do they shop, or what magazines do they read, what sort of pictures do they put on the walls, if they're buying a card, which kind of card would they buy? And it's not about knowing like everything about your ideal client. You don't need to know what size shoe they wear, or what size of the bed they sleep on, unless you sell shoes or beds. But you just need to have a bit of an idea of the kind of things that attract them to other businesses. So why do they shop in these places? What is it about how those businesses look that made your ideal clients step over the door or part with their cash in the shopping cart and spend money with these places? What is it about how they look that made them go, ooh, I need to go that way? Because you need to make sure that your business sits aligned with that kind of like how those businesses look, because that's what your ideal client really likes. It might be that it isn't so much about how they look, but more to do with their values, in which case that's something for you to consider as well. How can you make sure that you fit in that space, but not in a, you know, you don't want to change your business completely and become completely not who you are. Could you be there? Would that work? Would looking at those things help you to create a brand that attracts them but also makes you feel happy? You won't know till you ask. So go find out. And then think about things as well, like what's your plans for the future? What are your big dreams? What do you want to achieve with your business? Is your brand in a place that you're going to achieve those things in the future? Do you feel like maybe it's holding you back, or do you feel like it's propelling you forward? And that'll really help you to work out how happy you are with your brand as well. Because if it's propelling you forward, then it's probably doing pretty well. But if you feel that your brand is holding you back, that you have a bit of brand shame, that you feel it just isn't good enough, you might love it, but it might not be quite where you want it to be in order to get to where you want to go. So that'll help you to realise as well if there's anything that you need to do. And then go back to all of those bits and pieces that you've got lying there and think about how they relate to all those answers and see if they match up. And if they don't match up, then there will be some things you can do. Like I said, it might just be you need to change your font, you might need to change your colour, you might need to get rid of that icon that you've been using that you absolutely hate, and you might need to change your divider lines. I mean, it could be literally anything out of all of the bits and pieces that can create how your brand looks. It might be something really tiny that just jars on you, because quite often it is those little tiny things that really annoy you, isn't it, rather than the really big stuff. So just have a look and decide what is it that's driving you nuts about your brand that you really don't like, and get rid of that. And maybe replace it with something, see if you can do without, see how it goes, and then maybe review it again in a week of time, in a week or so's time, and see how you feel about it then. And you will know at this point, you know, whether this is something you can do yourself, or whether this is something you need some help with, or anything in between. There's all kinds of possibilities out there. I'd love to help you with that as well, but there are so many options of different people out there in the whole world who can help you with your branding needs. So you do not have to struggle, because there's so many different places that you can go. So If you've enjoyed this video, please let me know, and if you can think of anyone who would benefit from watching it, it'd be great if you would share it with them, and I will see you for the next video.